How are we all? I think we're all connected. Hopefully. Say hi if you're there. Okay, so definitely live on my page. I'm just going to check the Sentimentally Yours page, make sure we're live over there. Hi Anya. Hi Sue, Caroline. Oh, it looks like we are live over on Sentimentally Yours. That's good, that's working. It's always a relief when something's working. We can get rid of the ads on, yeah, we're on YouTube as well. That's good. Yeah, we're all good and running. Hi Jean, Deborah, Liz. I won't know which page you're watching from, so Sea Dragonite. Okay. Hi Susan and Annette. Nice for you all to join me on a Sunday afternoon. I know Sunday's normally a family day, so it's always quite difficult to know when to do these. And the reason why I decided to do one this afternoon was because I thought originally that we were allowed to offer you the new stuff today, but we were able to offer it to you yesterday. So we're a little bit behind. So obviously some of you have already got the new stuff. So thank you very much. So let's just get rid of that. You see I've got the new stuff on my desk and we'll go through that in a moment, just in case you haven't seen it. I'm sure you have, and I'm sure that when Phil does his live on his Sentimentally Yours Facebook page and on his Crafting with Phil Martin and Sentimentally Yours YouTube channel, it's quite a mouthful, tomorrow night, that he'll be using these as well. Hi Kathleen. Hi Di. I did give you a 15-minute warning, so on Facebook, so hopefully that was good enough. And I was set up early, so that's good. Yes, so I thought I'd just go through them all with you. And without further ado, we'll do that now. Because you can always watch and catch up. Yes, Grace, it has been a while. I did do a live on Wednesday. I am going to do lives on Wednesday mornings at 10 AM whenever I can, as a regular thing to keep me going, because I've been out of the loop a little bit. So I did one last Wednesday, but this is an extra because we've got the new stuff from Sentimentally Yours. So first of all, 2 new stamp sets. I'm sure you've seen them. These are additions to the Just Saying collection. So there's 2 additions. We've got the occasionals on my right, and we've got the relatives there. And the relatives does include, I'll turn it over to the best, for the best, the most amazing, and ever and in the world, in that different sort of more almost like Art Deco font, to go with the more scripted different versions of your different family members and friends, including Step. He's got bro and sis. He hasn't got mum though. He's got mum. Mum is more American, but it is also in the West Midlands we use mum as well. So that's that. And then we've also got the occasional sentiments, which are a mix of the fonts, and the kind of the feature word is that beautiful script. And you've got things like Happy Easter there, Happy Mother's Day, Happy Valentine's Day, always really useful. Enjoy your retirement. Good luck, Happy Father's Day, not to leave the men out. And we've also got to both of you, to you, We've got twins, girl and boy. So you've got all occasions covered in there. They are really, really good. So those are available. I've only got one left. That's all I've got. One of these left, the relatives. Mine stock are sold out. So head on over to, you can find me here, juliewattscrafts.co.uk. And then obviously, most of you know, you can find, not that one. I always press that one instead of that one. It's moved. That one, Honeypot Crafts. And you'll find everything on there. And there are, you'll find 10% off on my website. So on my website, you need to enter yours 10 and you'll get 10% off everything that was on Phil's show last week. That's for singles, because I don't do bundles generally. And then over on Honeypot Crafts, press the right button this time, there are various bundled deals available over there. Thanks, Linda. Linda's saying it's a lovely way to pass the time on a Sunday afternoon, which is lovely to say. So very, very quickly, I'm not going to spend ages. So the new Floral Finery, you've got 4 flower sets and you've got 2 leaf sets, and they are dinky little sets. They are A6 size and they all come with a magnetic storage sheet. I always stick mine to the packaging, but obviously your storage is there, good to go. So first of all, we've got Perfectly Plain. So Perfectly Plain is, as the name suggests, it's just a plain 4 petal, and you also get a 3 petal. And you get lots of different sizes. You get 4 sizes in each. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And obviously this is perfect for you to do your stamping on, and to also do any of your inky techniques that you want to do, stencil on it as well, and also cutting out of your pattern papers. So don't dismiss this because it's plain. It's probably, for me, the most useful of all the die sets. So that's your plain, Perfectly Plain. Then you've got your Lacy Loveliness. Filling his names. Again, you've got the same sizes. You've got 4 different sizes of the 4 and 4 different sizes of the 3 petal flower. And this is how this one looks when it's cut out. Really pretty, really delicate. And then, of course, if you wanted to, if you get it right, it's not symmetrical. You could lay this on. Let me try and get it right. I want to get it right. Okay. You can lay it on top. So obviously cut them from different colours, and then you could lay them on top, or obviously ink one of them if you wanted to. So don't forget about the layering. And of course, if you didn't want to do it directly on top, you can actually offset them as well, which is very pretty. So that's your Lacy Loveliness. I'm never going to get these right. So there's 2. This is your Delightfully Dotty. And this has got a beautiful deboss dotted detail. Again, you've got the 4 petal and the 3 petal, and you've got 4 sizes in each one. Really, really pretty. We love the deboss from Mr. M. And obviously you can ink over that and highlight the deboss if you wanted to. And again, you can use it with the plain and the lacy one as well. And finally, in the flowers, we've got Practically Perfect. This is probably my favourite. They're all my favourites. Again, same old, 4 different sizes of the 4s and 4 different sizes of the 3 petals. And you've got this lovely lined deboss on this one. And of course, all of them have got this kind of raggedy edge to them, which makes it look more authentic, really, especially when the wind's been at the flowers. And again, you can ink that if you want to. This obviously, cutting this one out of pattern papers would work, but you wouldn't necessarily see all the deboss details. Some of the plainer papers that Phil's done will work very nicely with it though as well. So those are your 4 flower sets. Obviously you can mix and match across them. You can mix your 4s with your 3s. You can do lots and lots with them, and 8 dies in each set. So those are your flowers. And then there are 2 leaf sets. You've got this one that's called Fabulous Fronds, lots of F's on them, and you've got right and a left, as shown in the packaging, right and a left of each type, and then you've got so there's 2 sprigs of leaves, if you like, on each, on those 2, and then you've got a double right and left as well. So I've cut the bigger one out to show you. Let's grab it just in white. Really, really pretty, really lovely, as always. And again, you could ink on that if you wanted to, and of course you can kind of break them apart if you want to as well. And then finally we've got our fantastic fronds, because we might as well have another F in there, haven't we? And these, I never look at packaging, I'm hopeless. These are actually open leaves. So do you remember we did have open and solids in the, what were they called? Some previous flowers. You know the ones I mean, don't you? And so you could layer the 2 up. So if you wanted to, you could actually put this on top of this if you wanted to. Maybe ink over the embossed one and then put this over the top. Can you see that I've done that? So you can do that. But what is quite interesting is that, let's grab these, the little fall away bits of the, I'm going to say them open, fantastic, are quite useful as well. So these, because they're solid, the fall aways, they are still leaf shaped because they've come out of the inside of a leaf. You can actually stamp onto these if you wanted to, and just tuck them into your projects. Don't necessarily throw them away, or of course you could put them into shaker cards as well because they're quite tiny. So yeah, those are your 6 new die sets from Mr. M. All available. Don't forget, over on my website you must remember to put this code in, yours 10, and then you get 10% off. I haven't got a lot of stock left. As I say, I've only got 1 stamp set left, but and I have singles of some of the dies, and I think I've got 2 left of the others. So I don't have a lot, but what I have got, you can get 10% off, and you must put that code in the discount code box at checkout. And that's valid until to Friday at midnight, Friday the 9th. And then of course you can go and get them over at Honeypot Crafts and have a look at the bundles. It'll be under new editions or latest projects or something like that, it says at the top. Okay, so that's all the new stuff. So let's get on and do a demo. Move those out of the way. If you could see my desk. It's just a tip. I can't be bothered to move everything away, because if I do tidy up I can't find stuff. I've got like the little the little reinforcers all over the place, because I'm thinking, you know, I might need those. I can make lots of shaker cards with those. Anywho, right, I've got a plan. Whether we'll stick to the plan or not, I don't know. I've already got my flowers already, but we are going to play with them as well. So I think what we'll do first is we'll actually show you, because the flowers are the main thing, I'll show you what I did with the flowers. What have we got here? They're the same size. Those are the same size. I have those. And we've got some 3s. And we've got those are cut out of hot pink. This is hot pink card, and this is your the one with the lines on it. You know, that one, that set. You see the lines. It's easier to just look at the pictures. I can't remember what they're all called. I know this is perfectly plain. So I thought we'd stamp on them, because I said to you that they are brilliant to stamp on. I thought we'd stamp on them. So let's check what I did. Yeah. Did I do that on the 4s? Yes, I did. Right, so we're going to take the 3s. And I'm going to actually take the sponge out of my stamping platform. So I've got a cushion. I've got a bit of copy paper so I can see what I'm doing. And we're going to pop these here. Obviously, all the ones you want to do. You can get quite a few in, because we're going to use this A6 stamp set. So this is your Doodle Dainty Dots. Again, this is one of the ones that was on the show. I think it was on Phil's show. I just put all the texture stamps into the As Seen on TV category on my website. So there's 10% off this until Friday on my website. I love these texture stamps. So obviously you could use this in your hand if you wanted to, but we're going to use it on the block. This is one of the essential acrylic blocks. Almost these up where I'm at. There we go. And we are using hot pink as one of the colours of card. So we're going to use Pit Raspberry Distress Oxide, and you'll find all the Distress Oxides on my website, and Phil's got them as well because he loves Distress Oxides. So actually I'm going to do it this way, it's quicker. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's got a little bit of bone there that's come off. Don't want that bit. It's just a bit off the pad. My pad's a little bit worse for wear. And then we're going to give it a mist with water, just to get, you just get a better image if you very lightly mist your stamp before you stamp it. And then we're going to stamp over. Obviously, if you've got more flowers underneath, then you're going to make the most of your ink. But you do get a pattern actually left behind. Remember, I've got that cushion underneath. So that's a pattern. You can use that. Then we've got our dotty flowers. Wait until this gets it. There we go. I love doing this, making my dotty flowers. So there's a pair there. I'll clean that off in a bit. Obviously that will just wash off with a bit of water. Let's plonk that down somewhere safe. The cat can't walk on it. The cat's asleep, so we're all right. Hopefully he'll sleep the entire time like a baby. Then we're going to use the Doodle Linen. Phil, hi to Phil, I hear. I'm not sure what you mean, Sylvia. It's not Phil, it's me. I have permission. I have permission to do lives on the Sentimentally Yours page. Right, so this is Doodle Linen, which is another one of my favourites. So remember, when you put it on, try and put it on your block and roll it. You can, of course, do this directly in your platform if you want to. So the 4 petal flowers I'm going to do with the Doodle Linen, and I'm going to use the new Scorched Timber, which is one of my new favourite colours. Scorched Timber is that really deep new one. It's a deep brown. It's almost black, but it does wick out. I wonder what I did with that bit of card. I had a bit of card here that shows you how it all wicks out. There it is, look. So this is Distress Oxide. So just a swipe of my ink pad and then misted. And look how that wicks out. You've got yellows in there, almost like a greeny yellow. Lots of water. And this is Distress ink the same way, wicked out. So, you know, it goes from a really dark colour to actually quite a light brown if you add a load of water. It's actually really, really nice brown. I love it, absolutely love it. So we're going to do the Doodle Linen with our Scorched Timber. Nice and juicy. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to mist it with a bit of water. It doesn't matter if there's the odd blob, because this is a background, if you like, on your flowers. And because you're going to layer them up, you're not going to necessarily see all of them anyway. Nice pattern going on there. And this this is take the camera a while to it's because I've got something below as well, it wants to, there we go, doodle linen, really cool stamp. And the other one, so we'll put those together and then I'll make a nice flower as well. So we've got the 2 sets of flowers going on there, and then of course we will intersperse them with some of the whatever the lined ones are called. I can't remember. I have no memory whatsoever nowadays. It's just gone. So for the flowers, what I've also done is, because I've got some of these little tiny ink blending tools. They're the new mini ones from Ranger. So you get 2 of the little tools and 4 of the foam in the kind of the toolkit, if you like, and then there is a separate kit that's just got the refill foams on. So this is what I've been using my scorched timber on. So just going to ink around the edges with a little bit of scorched timber so that we bring the brown to the pink, and then we're going to bring the pink to the brown. So you can move your petals out of the way, so you're going all the way around the edge. It took me ages to do all my flowers. I could actually rival Mr. M with my flowers, although I am stacking them up so it doesn't look like there's quite so many. So that's now inked around the edges. I'm not going to do another one, actually. I'm just going to leave that. And I'm going to get my pink out, which is picked raspberry. Oh, I was going to show you something as well. I'll come back to that in a sec. So these are probably still a little bit wet. So again, I'm going to move those out of the way. Just add the pink to the brown. So again, move that out of the way. It's quite relaxing doing this. And the little tool just makes it easier to get into the nooks and crannies. I do only have 1 set left though, until my supplier restocks. There's the pink on the brown. Okay, so that's that. So we're going to go on this tangent that I meant to show you. Where is the? There we go. So on this one, I was going to show you what they look like if you just ink them. Let's get rid of this. This is where I get very mucky fingers. Put that on there, isn't it? Cute. So cute. So of course you can just take, this is mustard seed, you can just take some ink just to do your centre of your flower, and then bring in your pink. And imagine those kind of stacked up. Pretty, aren't they? Really pretty. So it doesn't take much to do that. Just have a little bit of white card. In fact, if you just cut loads out of white card, then you're good to go really on all your projects. That's the tangent anyway. Right, so where are we at now? So we've got those, and then all I've done is to shape them. What am I doing? I want to just tidy up. I will get some more, Bev, if as soon as they are available again, I'll get some more. But there's certain things, like I missed out on the scorched timber pencils, so I'm waiting for those to come back in stock as well. Right, so what I've done, where's my thingy? Shaping tool. Let's look at those. You can use a woodware shaping pal if you like. I've just got some of these because they're really old. So for the ones that have got the deboss detail on, all I've done is just used a paintbrush to give them a little bit of shape, because if I use my embossing tool I'm going to lose those deboss lines, and that's not what I want. There's no point cutting it out of the deboss die if you're going to just lose the lines anyway. So that's what I've done with those. And then on the plain ones, the 3s and the 4s, then all I've done is turn them over, take my embossing tool and done some kind of circular motions to actually give them a little bit of shape. It breaks the fibres down and then you get a bit of a shape, so when you press them down they kind of pop up. Okay, I think you've got the sponges, haven't you, Jean? I'm sure you ordered sponges off me, the little ones. Right, let's get rid of those and I'll show you my flowers I've done. Oh, got one. There we go. I've even written on the order. I'll turn them over so you can't see. These are my flowers, all made up. The tiny ones, the tiniest of each of them, these are the lacy and the dotty one. I thought if you put them together, they make like stamens. I don't know if you can see. You can put like stamens. I've got a higher voice than Phil, just a little bit. So I mean, this isn't the tiny one, but this is the tiny one. So I thought that they fitted in really nicely to make stamens. And I've used in the centre, I've used, you can only get the pearls from Honey Pot. If they've got any left, the Sherbet Sunrise, which are the ones that have got one of the duotones. Get one out. And so they're orange and, well, they're like a yellowy orange and a reddy orange. And that's because we are using a paper from the Tropical Paradise creative pack, because I've got a little bit left over. So those are my flowers. Because we're doing Floral Finery, I thought I'd show you the flowers first. So they're all done. So put those to one side, and we will go to just remind you about the Tropical Paradise paper pad, creative pack rather. So I know a lot of you have already got these. They've been out a while. I've got one left and I've dropped it to $14.99, so you get £5 off, but I've only got one left, so it's fastest fingers first if you want them. So there's 2 sheets. You get 5 backgrounds, 2 sheets of all the backgrounds, and then you've got 7, I think, yeah, 7 topper sheets. So you just cut them out, and you've got a card to go virtually straight away, and then you've got this bonus topper on the front, and they are all 250 GSM, and there's 210 elements plus that one, so 211. So that's what we're using in our background. So let's do our background now. This is our background. So I've cut this out using the deboss double stitched squares. I don't know if you can just about see. You've got that detail on the edge there. And of course we're going to pimp it up a little bit because we can. We could use stamps if we wanted to, but I thought, because Phil had them on his show, I thought we would actually use the Sophistication 6x6 stencil. I haven't got many stencils left. I do have some of these though. And we're going to use our scorched timber. So let's get rid of the mustard seed and bring scorched timber back in. And it just about fits actually. We will have a little bit of a border, but that's all right. I don't mind a little bit of a border. But there again, we don't need to actually do the whole thing. We could, if we wanted to, not do the whole thing. We could just, you know, do sections. I think I might do the whole thing now. I'm just dithering a little bit. Can't decide what to do. Try and get it straight. So scorched timber, oxide. And the thing about these little tiny pads is that they can go into all the little nooks and crannies. Obviously sponges are great. Not sponges, what are they called? Brushes. Brushes are great as well. We could, if you wanted to, you could actually add your texture medium. There's a couple of different things you can do. You can actually do this first and then wash the stencil and then put the stencil on top and then put your texture medium over, and then the texture medium will dry lovely and glossy on top, but there'll be the colour from the oxide underneath. Or you can swipe a little bit of the oxide onto your mat, add a little bit of the texture medium, mix it all together and then put that through your stencil. So there's a few different ways that you can use a texture medium with the oxides or distress inks or reinkers. You know, you can use any of the inks to colour your texture medium. See, I'm going for the whole thing. Don't have to. What this will do is this will make it a little bit more vintage, because the scorched timber is a very lovely vintage brown. You can see it's not going on that darkly because we're actually putting it on with an applicator tool. It doesn't go on really, really dark. If you stamp with it, it's almost black. There we are. It just has that kind of vintage feel to it. And don't forget, you could mix that with water and get a print from that as well. So that's that. Put that down there. And we're going to ink around the edges as well, because we can. Just to bring it all together. And then that really does vintage it up. Doesn't matter if it just flips up at the end, that just kind of again makes it a little bit more vintage. So much out of these creative packs, such good value for money. I know they're like £20 at full price, but I'm sure that many of you that have had them have, you know, made loads and loads of cards out of them. I think that's lovely. Happy with that. Okay, so put that to one side. Clean up, always clean up. What do I do with that? There it is. You can see that you can get quite a lot out of it. It is actually, the mop up is actually really nice. You can see the sort of greeny yellow tinge that you get when you when it wicks out. Do you have a look for the scorch? I've got scorched timber. I've got all the products from it. I just didn't get the pins. I don't know. I'm not a pin collector. Right. So what we're going to do next? I don't know, Julia. What are we going to do next? Yes. What we're going to do next is we are going to, we'll stamp a sentiment, and we need to stick. I'm using the framed sentiments with love, and out of a little bit of my scrap from my background paper, I've cut the top bit, so I need to glue those together. I also need to do a bit of gluing onto my background as well, and I need to glue that on. Right, okay. Let's put our background on this. So I've cut the next size of the debossed double stitched squares out of pure white card, and this is going to go onto a 7 by 7 inch card when it's finished. So I'm going to put, because this can be gluing down and setting and not curling up while we're doing other things. So Sentimentally Yours PVA, as always, the best PVA in the world. Don't use loads of it though, kind of draw with the nozzle. Then you don't use as much and your card doesn't crinkle as much either. Less is more. Definitely something you don't need to do loads of. Now let's see if we can get this straight. Straight is always difficult around a camera. It looks straightish. We'll go with that. See, that white makes it pop. Normally I'd go on to black or on to dark brown, but we're making it pop with white. And we do that sticking in a minute. Let's do a little stamp our sentiment. I'm not as brave as Mr. A, so I'm actually going to do this in my platform. Everybody all right? What's going on underneath that? There they are. Right. Okay, so we need another bit of kitchen roll because this is too tiny for me to put my magnets on. So we're going to do a Mr. M trick because he has taught me a thing or two. A little bit of PVA on the back of this. Just a little bit. And then we can pop it on our kitchen roll and it's not going to go anywhere. Where's my other magnets? Right, sentiment. I did think about which one I was going to put on here, but I can't remember. I don't want Happy Easter because I don't think it's new Happy Easter. Just a note to say would fit. I wasn't going to do that one though. Where's Mother's Day? That was too big. Which one did you decide to do? I think it is just a note to say. Because then you can say whatever you want to in the middle, can't you? In inside. These are so dinky. How many is in this set? There are 21 stamps in this set. Amazing. Amazing. Obviously it's a circle, so it doesn't really matter whether it's straight or not, because you just move your circle around. What should I stamp it with? I think I'm going to stamp it with Reverse Fine Clair, because I prefer to stamp in Reverse Fine Clairs. I could do it in an oxide, but I'm not going to. It's a new stamp, not used it before, so it's a little bit sticky. So where's my pine cone? That's what we're going to do, dark brown. You'll find the Reverse Fine Clairs on my website and also on Mr. M's website, Honeypot Crafts. I need to restock some of mine. Obviously the circle acrylic blocks are perfect for these because they're tiny. I want it to move. Thank you. Perfect. Let me show you. Down a bit. Up a bit. Left a bit. Fire! That perfect. Beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so there's our sentiment. You can get that off the back there. Don't need to worry about what's going on. Right, I'll put that away in a bit. That's the only bit of stamping we need to do, because I did consider stamping on the frame because I've got a frame, but I'm not going to. What I am going to do is, now I'm going to wait for that to dry. I will edge that as well. I'm going to edge that. Right. There's my, got some heart corners, which again you'll find on my website and Mr. M's website. Now I've cut out one that's a bit bigger as well, so you can see the difference in the sizes. See the difference in the sizes when they're cut? I'm going to use a smaller one. So in this set you also get the solids as well. So if you wanted to, you could put cut the solid in a different colour and stack them together, or you can use the fall away pieces from another open one and slot them back in if you wanted to. And you also get 3 hearts as well. So those are the heart sprig corners. And there is a video on my YouTube channel. If you go onto my YouTube channel, you'll find that it should be the featured video, and it shows lots and lots of different kind of pattern building techniques that you can do with the corners, both the heart ones and the sprig. One of my favourite things to do with them is to make it like a focal piece, a centerpiece. It's good to have a lot cut out, and then you can just play with them. See, when you put them all together, they make a brilliant sort of focal piece. Obviously they're not stuck, so they're moving around because they're on a mat. And then you could actually drop your sentiment in the middle of that, and that could be a card. It's cool, isn't it? It's so cool. It's meant to be the golden shot. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? How easy would that be to do? Absolutely brilliant. Right, so anyway, we're using the smaller one, not the big one. And we are going to use them as corners rather than a focal piece. So where's my thingy? There it is. So we're going to glue these in each corner. And what other gluing? Oh, I'm going to glue this as well. Let's glue this first. Inside a minute. So this is our With Love. So this is from the framed sentiments. So with this frame, you get this design. So each of the framed sentiments has a backer, which is, these are the backers, and it has your focal bit, so your finer detail. So you can use that without that if you want to. And there's a different saying on each one, a different set of words on each one, and then each one has a different frame. I think this one here, that one, is the only thing that's the same across all of them. I might be wrong. But then you've got, I think it's 7 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 dies there to make a frame. So that can make a tiny little card, gift card, or it could be a focal point or a frame, however you want. And then you've got all these layers here that you can either stack up or use for sentiments, and then you've got buttons as well. So they are really good value as well, and they're another one of the things that you can get 10% off because they were on Phil's shows last week. Okie dokie, so let's get this all scribbled and stuck together. How are we doing for time? We're not doing too badly. I don't want to do a 2 hour. I'm aiming for an hour-ish. Because it is Sunday. Right, so anybody that's ordered from me, I've packed your orders already. I was going to put the post on, but Pitney Bowes, so I do my franking machine through, their system's playing up, so I can't put the post on, which is very annoying. Right, seems to be Sundays it doesn't work. Right, let's pop that on there. So you see it really pops once you've got the... And it's a good way of using up your little scraps of card, actually. To not card, paper. Well, it is like card, isn't it, from the creative pack. It's a good way of using them up. And of course it's going to tie it in with the actual card myself. And I'm going to use this as the bottom corner, so that's going to be a contrast for me as well. So let's pop this in here. Give it a bit of a dip. And I'm just getting rid of the excess on a piece of kitchen roll, just so that I don't get seepage. So I don't like seeing glue. Although it does dry clear and matte, there's no point seeing glue when you don't need to. You have got a little bit of wiggle time. There's our With Love. I think you might need a bit more of a swipe to do the corners. Hope you can see what I'm doing. So we're dip these in here as well. Again, get rid of the excess. We can just slot that into the corner. Like so. As I say, if you wanted it to pop, you can perhaps cut the heart out again in black or dark brown, or even just do it in white and ink it with scorched timber and reset the hearts back in. But we're not doing that for this one. We're just using the white die cut. Try not to dip things in to the glue that don't need to. Press. I need a little bit more. I'm sure I put the date on this one because I'm sure that my other one lasted 12 months, which is incredible, isn't it? I don't take my own personal glue to my workshops though, so it's not been to do workshops as well. Very precious about my large glue. Let's dab this off. I think I've dabbed too much on that one side now. And the tweezers, these are the pointy tweezers from the tweezer set. They're my favourite of the 3 tweezers. I'd quite like a kit that's just these actually. Final corner. Just make sure there's glue on as much as possible. Dab that off. As long as you don't kind of go and answer the phone while it's still on the kitchen roll, you're all right. Okay, so there's my 4 corners all done. Let's clean up. Hi Carol. Carol's just joined us on YouTube. If your glue does dry on your mat, it will come off, it will just peel off the next day. So don't worry about that. Right, let's get my card blank. As I said, we're going on to a 7x7 card blank. If I could have got it on a 6x6, I'd have done it on a 6x6. But we're going onto this, and we are actually going to put a little bit of 1mm foam tape on this, just to raise it a wee bit. Where's my scissors? There they are. I'm very conscious about how much postage costs nowadays, so I don't tend to do that many dimensional cards now, but it always ends up being a large letter anyway, doesn't it? It's so expensive, the postage at the moment, isn't it? And I'm sure I'll put it up another twice this year. Don't forget, always put some tape in the middle because nobody likes a saggy middle. Hi Carol. Another Carol. So 2 Carols have just joined us on YouTube. So I'm coming to you on my Julia Watts Crafts Facebook page, the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page, and also my YouTube channel. The products we're using are available on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, for shipping to UK addresses. And the ones that were on Phil's show, including the new stuff, you can get 10% off with the code YOURS10 in the discount code box at checkout. It actually is called discount code, the box. And you'll know that you've done it right because you'll see your total be adjusted. If it's not adjusted, you won't put it in the right place. And that is valid, like I say, on all of the things that Phil had on his show last week, and is valid until Friday the 9th of February. That's this Friday, with what I've got left. And you can find them in the As Seen on TV section. Then you can also find the products at honeypotcrafts.co.uk, and they will do worldwide shipping. You just need to email them and ask them, I believe. And you'll find bundles that Phil's put together, or Karen has put together on there. Okay, that's the admin again. So I'm planning to put this frame on. I'm going to have With Love down here. It will go over one of the corners, which is fine, but I wanted to have the corner there just because I don't like 3 corners, I like 4 corners. It's a bit like 4 candles. So I'm going to have a frame there. I think I'm going to, excuse me, sorry, I have to lock the camera at least once, and then we're going to bring this in here in the centre as well, and then we're going to have our flowers around it. It's coming together. When the flowers are on, it will be a little bit more. I'm not sure whether I need another circle there actually. Let's cut another circle out very quickly. Bear with. Which circle did I use? So this is your double stitch deboss circles. I think we'll have another one. Yeah, let's have another one just to build it up. And we'll grab some white card. That's right, you can have a very light card. I mean, it's like when I'm sending parcels out, somebody can just, I don't know, what can they buy? If they bought, let's see, trying to think, what am I thinking? A fat thing. Okay, stickles, a pot of stickles. A pot of stickles is about, I don't know, £2.99, something like that. And it costs £2.99 to send it because it's fat. So annoying. I do need some cutting. I can't cut anything without cutting plate, can I? I think that's going to be better. It looked a bit lost on its own. I didn't think you could actually use first class to go to Canada, Linda. I thought it was just wherever that zone is. Didn't think there was any different ones. You can go into small bags, but it still costs £2.99 to send an embossing powder. Right, that's better, isn't it? Better. Right, so do I want to put that in a... I think I do. I'm just going to... I am going to put foam on it, but I'm only going to use 1mm because I don't want it to be too high. So again, we've got the debossed double stitch squares here. Now I did think about stamping on the frame as well, which obviously I can't now I've put this on, but I feel that with the stamping on the flowers, it's going to get really busy, and I didn't want to do that. But you can stamp on the frame. I've got one here somewhere where I stamped on the frame when I did this card. I stamped on the frame, but I don't think it's too much on that card because it's got a plainer background. There is a video of this. I did do this in a live as well, so when we did the Sunflower Parade, so you can watch that back on my YouTube channel as well. So, like I say, you can stamp on the frame if you want to. I mean, I could have kind of tied it in with the texture stamps and used some of the texture stamps that we've used, but I don't want to, so I'm not going to. I do want to make sure that I leave enough space for the With Love to go on there, which is why I've left it. Afternoon, Gwen. This is super sticky, this tape. Probably because I've not used any for a while. Oh, get off me. Hi, Dorina. So let's also need to make sure that my points are about even. It's too much to make sure here, because it's going down and it's on foam tape. Does that look even? It doesn't really matter too much because it's going to have flowers on it anyway, so let's not stress. Let's not stress. So I'm just going to, should I do, you know, I'm not even going to ink around the edges on these because I think that it's going to spoil it. You could, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave some of it plain. Sometimes if you leave things plain, they pop more than if you actually ink around the edges. So we just, because we've got that beautiful deboss stitch detail, that can just do all the work for me. I'll press, and then we'll put some more, again the 1mm on the back. So it's not built up really, really high. So once the flower's on, it's definitely going to be a larger letter. I just don't want it to be a parcel. Thank you, Susan. It's nice, isn't it, adding the stencil to the background? It just makes it more vintage with the scorched timber. So we have just a note to say about there, like so. And then we're going to bring in our flowers. Oh no, we'll stick this first. Stick this first. Now, I've got a bit of an issue because that's going to be all bumpy. Do I want to stick little bits of foam tape? Do I? I don't really. Obviously, if you've got that glue gel stuff, that's going to stick, isn't it? But I'm not going to. I'm going to use normal glue. What we're going to do is you're just going to put glue on the love first. You don't have to do that dippy thing because this is much thicker. So we know we're going to have width there. Just for placement really, so I know where I'm going. Love can go down there like that. Okay, then we can get the width on. I could have gone with and love there, but I'm not. I'm doing this. I'm going to do it just over to one side actually. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Ooh. Don't move, behave. Okay, let's get the flowers on. Where's my flowers? Here they are. So I've written on them where they go. We've got left 4, right 2. Because I've got a mixture, you see. I've got the 4 petal one on here and I've got the 3 petal one on here. and you've got the different insides depending on whether they were 4 petal or 3 petal inserts, if you like. So let's figure out where they're going. So that's left 1, so that's going up here. I don't know what I'm doing with leaves yet. Left 4, left 4. Oh, that's left. Is that right? That's left. Left 4. Don't know where my right from my left. That's left 5. Oh, you meant the sunflower one. Thank you. Yes, I do like the sunflower one. Left 3. Left 2. Right 3. Right 1. That's where they're all going to go. Looking even more vintage now, isn't it? What do I want to do with leaves? I don't know what I want to do with leaves. I'm faffing around. This is all the faffy bit, isn't it? This is like, oh, we're coming up to an hour, and then half an hour later, oh, I'm still doing it. I'm still doing it. Right, so we've got some leaves here. What have we got? I cut them all out. I cut them all out of green. One of the green card. I don't know what the green's called. It's a green. I don't think it's the racing green. I can't remember. I've got the solids and I've got the opens. Then I've got loads of sprigs as well. Loads of sprigs. Heart sprigs. So I don't know if I'm going to stick any of these in. I don't know what we're going to do. I've no idea. I'm making it up. Making it up as we go along. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to actually stick the flowers first, and if I can't stick the leaves underneath, it's just tough. We'll go without. So if you shape your flowers, and then when you stick them together with glue, if you then leave them for as long as you can before you put the pearls in, then you'll find that it keeps the shape more, because the glue gives flowers shape, even though you're not putting loads of glue on. You can put one bit low, perhaps. So there was quite a lot of flowers that I cut, but it didn't take that long because I just cut all the sizes. Let's put that one in a bit there, like that, perhaps. Does that look? That looks alright, doesn't it? And as I said, the pearls in the centre are the sherbet sunrise from the duos, but they only come in, because they're the duos, they only come in 5mm and 8mm. There's no 3mm. I could have done with 3mm in the centres of the smallest ones, but obviously I couldn't, so I went with 5s on all of them. Okay, so there's my flowers. How's that looking? That's looking all right. And I'm thinking, I don't think I want green in here, so I don't think the green one's going to come in. I think I'm just going to tuck in some leaves, some of these open leaves. These are the Fantastics, I think. I don't know. I just call them opens. Oh, that's all right, Jean, don't worry. You're having an early dinner. You're expecting your family. So let's have an open one, perhaps tucked in down there like that. And then we can break up some of these as well. They do look really lovely on the green card, do the embossing. You see the embossing? Really pretty. And if you put them together, and it's because I was showing you before and I was only showing you white on white, but if you do put them together, hold them, Julia, then they do look rather beautiful. And I would, you don't need to glue all the way around. You can just glue sort of about here, and then maybe just at the very tip. You don't need to do all of it. What are we doing here? Don't know, Julia. What are you doing? I have no idea. We can perhaps put in some leaves there. I love the fact that you can just break them up and make them do whatever you want them to do. And 2. Thank you, Joan. I love the vibrant colours of the Tropical Paradise Creative Pack, but it's you can tone it down. I mean, I've just used a section, it's about a 6x6 section out of one of the background papers. That's all I've used. Obviously you could team it up with your toppers in there, you know, there's loads you can do. Do I want that underneath there? I think I might. Do I want any more? I don't know if I need any more leaves, to be honest. Do I need... I'm going to stop there with the leaves. Let's see if we need any of these. I don't know if I do. It might be a bit over the top. I'm not going to do any of the sprigs, I don't think. I've got them to use another time. These are the droplet sprigs, which we've had out for a while, and we've got droplet corners as well. And then you've got the heart. That's one of the solid ones. And you've got open ones as well. They're really cool. It's nice to have them cut and decide whether you're going to do it. But I'm actually going to just stop at that, I think, stick. But I'm just going to finish off with a pearl in each corner, on the corners. On the corners or there? I think I'm going to do it there. Because we can get an 8 in there. Quite subdued, isn't it, really? Just a few flowers. I'm sure Phil would do those all individually, and then you just have them full of loads of flowers. The leaf dyes are always useful. And actually, I don't know if Lozzie's actually done it on a video, but she did. If you're sensible on how you actually cut your leaves from your card, you can actually... Do I want a big one? I don't know if I do, actually. Let's just grab that off a minute. Tidy up. If you're sensible, you can actually create yourself a stencil when you're doing your die cutting, and with the leaves. It looks fab. Absolutely fab. Let's do an 8 at 5. Yes, I prefer that. And I've got more 5s than 8s anyway. And I'm going to have it so that the darker colour is facing in. Hopefully that won't show that mess I made there. The light's going a little bit now because we're past 4 o'clock. Let's put that on there like so. And that on there like that. There we are. All finished. I hope you've enjoyed that. Hope it's been useful to you. Let's get that straight. There we are. Ish. I don't think my camera's straight. That's just making it worse. I'm going to leave it alone. So just a reminder, you'll find the products used over on juliawattscrafts.co.uk, and there's 10% discount on all the items that I've got in stock on my website that were on Phil's shows last week. You just go to the As Seen on TV section, and then when you come to check out, there's a box called discount code, and you type in yours 10 and you'll see your total reduced by 10% on those items that were on Phil's shows, and that's valid until Friday the 9th of February. You'll also find everything, especially the stuff that I've sold out of, over on Mr. M's website, which is honeybotcrafts.co.uk, and he does actually ship worldwide. You just need to email them for postage costs. And yeah, do share whatever you make with the new products into the group Crafting with Phil Martin and Sentimentally Yours. If you're not a member, why not? And do actually ask to join. There's loads and loads of inspiration in there, and do watch out for the videos that the other design team members have done as well. I will see my regular people hopefully here on Wednesday morning at 10 AM when I'll be doing a demo with something. Not sure what, but I will be doing another demo on Wednesday. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.